Welcome to IAMSHAKERATV. I am Shakira, your hostess with the mostest, and we are back with another segment for Mom Let's Talk. And today I'm super excited because we have a very special episode, you guys, and we have a special guest.
Me.
My brother. You guys, welcome my brother Micaiah to the show. Show him some love down in the comments, okay? Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
You guys, we are still celebrating my mother's birthday. Y'all know the last episode we did was the inner parts of me and her new book that's coming soon. Make sure y'all have subscribed to her website so that you can know exactly when it drops because it's coming really, really soon. But today we're going to be doing another episode. Mom, we honor you. So I brought my brother on board so we can chop it up and talk a little bit about this lady right here. Okay. Well, how y'all feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm blessed this end of the year. Continue to celebrate. Glad to be here with my children. So I'm happy. I'm blessed.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. It's a beautiful day. Just spending family time. It's a good day.
Yes, I love that. Well, you guys, y'all know how we do over here. We have honest, open, heartfelt conversations about faith, healing, generational blessings, and growth, and all the things. So we hope that you guys are ready to dig in today. Before we get started, I need you to do me a favor. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Okay, go ahead and make that commitment and put that post notification bell on so you can be notified every single time I post a new video. And the podcast, Identify You podcast, can be found anywhere you stream your podcast, Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So go and follow. Okay. Now let's jump right into it. So y'all, we're gonna kick it off with a game. It's called Who Knows Her Best.
Okay.
I mean, who you
And
think?
y'all remember, we listen and we don't judge.
So we have my mother here, obviously, to tell us who is right and who is wrong. Don't be trying to cheat and play favorites now, because y'all know how mamas do with their mama's boys.
Haters gonna hate.
So, we already know who know her best, though. So.
Let's see.
But let's get into it. It's really gonna be some like reflection questions from like us growing up and like maybe a couple of like her like now. And yeah, let's get into it. You ready?
Ready.
You ready, Luce?
Try my best.
All right. Should we have you ask the question?
Sure.
Okay.
So, what is my favorite scripture or quote in the Bible?
That's a hard one.
I'm gonna just jump on and say,
do you have one?
I definitely have one. Y'all need a hint?
I would just say
My
like
birthday is
John 3:16.
That's your favorite? For real?
And what's that scripture say?
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son that whoever should believe in him should not perish but have an everlasting life.
Right.
Oh,
wait.
That's a tie.
No, I think I think that's I said that.
Don't cheat.
I
Come on now.
think I got that one though.
Yeah, but I was like, I'm just gonna jump on out there.
I got that one.
God,
Yeah, I got that one. 1 point me. Yeah.
y'all let us know what y'all think. Who got that?
That was the tie. I said it.
Oh no.
You ran through it, but he said it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
funny.
Okay. Moving right along. What was my go-to meal to cook when y'all were kids?
Oh, cube steak, rice, and green beans.
Don't forget the gravy.
Don't forget the gravy and the onion.
Or spaghetti.
Or spaghetti.
Yeah.
We had like days, so it was like specific days for specific meals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was one of those right?
Yeah, mine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Both of them was right. Both of them was right. Y'all
don't get the point. I said it first.
hey, shout out to Manwich Mondays. Hands down.
that one too. But that ain't really a meal.
It was.
That's funny. All right, let's
And
top
do
one
y'all
one.
still eat any of those foods I used to cook?
I do not eat cute steak.
Yeah, anything but cute steak. Well, we just had Salisbury steak the other
We
day.
did. We said that. We was like, we had this since we was
Yeah.
kids. But the only reason we had that is because the church gave it to us.
But I ain't nothing we finna cook. Not no
Right.
cube steak with no gravy.
Let's say y'all still eat spaghetti though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All types of ways, lasagna, everything.
Shout out to the grow up food. Grow up food. Okay, so what's one thing I always say or reminds y'all about me?
Growing up, I would say you always say, "Don't be like me, be better than me."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else?
I would say,
Not that.
I can't think right now.
You can't think
Come
of
on.
it.
That is
Something I always say though.
And he don't remember because you repeated too much to him.
I can't think of one right now.
I'll give y'all one. You want another hint?
Yeah, give me one.
What's something ain't nobody take away from you?
Your knowledge, your brain. Yeah, that was gonna be my second one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always told y'all they can try to take away your freedom, even your right to vote. But one thing they can't take away is your education and your knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are the top two.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And what happened in this house?
Stays in his house.
No, we already had an episode talking about that. we ain't gonna get into that.
But that was one of the things I used to say now. That was one of the things I used to say. Okay, next one. What is my hidden talent that people don't know about?
You got a hidden talent?
I would say like karaoke, like
Yeah,
people know
singing.
like singing is one of your things.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's really hidden.
Yeah.
Like if you've been
You
around,
gonna
you
sing?
know, yeah.
But yeah,
Karaoke.
you do like to sing karaoke.
But hidden, I feel like you're just good at so much stuff, and that's
So
where I
let's
get
talk
it from.
about it. What are some of the things you think I'm really good at that
It's
these
like-
people need to know?
I think you're very crafty.
Yes, that's what I was about to get
Straight
into.
craft, anything
Like,
DIY.
Anything, yeah. Sewing, knitting, painting,
And cooking.
cooking. Yeah.
Y'all might know me a little bit.
But anything is like that we needed or we wanted to do is like, even if you didn't know how to do it, like you're gonna do it.
Figure it
So
out.
we did it. And I feel like that's where I definitely get my DIY.
DIY for sure.
Some creative juices get the flowing.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to be a little more creative, having that creative side. You know?
Yeah, you gotta bring it out of
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay. That's good, Uncle Mike. Okay. If I could go on a dream vacation, where would I want to go?
Paris.
Paris?
It's Paris.
Paris is somewhere that it definitely on
That's
my
your
bucket
top
list.
one.
Yeah, it is the top one. But it's other places I want to go that I've never been. Like Vegas.
You never been to Vegas?
I've never been to Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Vegas.
Miami.
You know.
You never been to Miami?
I
Yeah.
never
Oh, she need to sound like she need to go everywhere. Get outside of
Yeah,
Georgia.
you don't want to go to Miami.
Yes.
I just want to go one time so I can say I experienced it.
Yeah. You just need to get outside of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And you also just need to be ready when folks tell you to be ready.
I'm working on that.
Clock it. Because she could have been a lot more places.
I'm working on that.
But
And I got to get
baby
a new
steps.
passport now. So
yes. Stay
I
ready.
haven't been-
Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready.
That's one.
That's all.
That's one she say all the time right there.
here
Still.
they go. Now they gonna remember.
That's one right there. That's one.
Yeah.
Anything else? No.
Next question.
Okay, what's one of my favorite songs?
Who? Growing up or like right now?
Anything y'all could think
A
of.
song.
I like music. I love music, so
I feel like that's one, but like your favorite artist,
yeah.
like Mary J. Blige,
Fantasia.
Fantasia.
I love me Fantasia. Yeah.
So as far as like favorite song, I don't know, but
yeah, I
definitely
don't
the
know a
artist.
specific song.
Yeah.
The artist, I can definitely pinpoint that.
Yeah.
And you really like any music. Like if you hear a good song, you be like, "What's the name of that?
Yeah.
What's the name of that?"
Who's
Oh, I like that beat.
Who's singing that record?
Yeah, that
Knowing
record.
they don't make records.
It's crazy.
Record. Wow. Okay.
Do you know what a record is?
He probably
Leave me a
don't.
comment in the comments. Let me know if you know what a record is, okay? A-track.
Oh, no, we ain't going that far.
Still got the film in there. You got to roll like that.
Oh, that's crazy. You got to rewind. That's for it. A little walkie-talkie.
That's a
Walk-
cassette.
A walkie.
Sense.
Walkman.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, that's a cassette.
I had one of them. You ain't never had that.
Nah, I had the.
Did you have a CD player?
I had a CD player, MP3 player,
iPod.
iPod. Definitely had a CD player though. Only like 6 songs on there. Hey,
Remember I used to make
CDs,
CDs?
yeah. Make CDs, all that.
Yeah.
LimeWire.
Yes.
Come on.
LimeWire. Oh my God.
I used to be burning all the CDs.
Facts.
That's when they had dial-up internet, right?
You probably was real young.
I know about LimeWire though.
Yeah.
Dial, like the internet company? Y'all remember that?
No, not the internet company. Like
dial-up.
Like dial-up. Like we had a cord. We had to connect to the internet, and it would have to load. But like it wasn't no Wi-Fi and stuff like that. Like you like that. Yeah. Because I was probably like not even a teenager yet.
These
Yeah.
newbies, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else we got. What's my favorite thing to do in my free time?
Play games on your phone. Solitary word search.
Sleep.
Go sleep.
Yeah. But
Talk, run her mouth.
yeah.
Help people. Play with my dog.
Retail therapy.
Play with dude. Retail therapy is always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all might
Well,
know.
we know her a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay, so if y'all really know me, this is gonna be it right here. What's one thing I'm really passionate about?
Helping others.
Yeah.
Helping.
Giving back.
I think that was a tie. What y'all think?
I feel like we both know you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
they did. I
helping others. That's what you're passionate about. Even if you gotta give up your own child room.
What do you mean?
No, just helping others. You know, just always
Giving them everything we got.
You know what? You gotta be a blessing to be a blessing. You gotta be blessed to be a blessing. So if we were able to bless other people, even with the little bit we had, God still allowed us to be a blessing to others.
Right.
No, for sure.
So, because we had some struggles now.
Oh no, we definitely did.
Mm-hmm.
But we came through them.
Because God is good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. So it looks like me and my brother both know my mom pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
Start the conversation.
Little icebreaker.
Yeah.
What's my favorite color?
Red.
Red. Like, come on now.
That's what you think. So, y'all, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes now. We're going to reflect on my mother's impact on the both of us and just, you know, in life in general. So, let's get into it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
First, let's talk about like biggest life lessons. So, what is one lesson from mom that has truly shaped who you are? And then I'll answer it too.
Truly shaped who I am. Just don't follow the crowd. That was one thing she always instilled. Like, don't follow the crowd. Be your own person.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, be a leader.
Yeah.
A positive leader, a good leader. That's one
good.
thing she definitely instilled in.
That's really good. I definitely, echo that. I would say just the discipline. So I feel like growing up, like mommy was, she wasn't like strict. Like she allowed us to do stuff, but like we had to have our house in order. Like we had to make sure, you know, we made good grades. We took care of our home, took care of each other, stuff like that. And like we didn't sit around and just watch TV all day.
We
like
never
we
like
didn't
at
have
home
cable.
kids.
We didn't even have cable for real. And like I don't think we even had TVs in our room up until we got into I think I was probably like high school or something like that. But like we didn't have TV, so it was like you gonna find something to do with your time. Like today's day and age, y'all, these kids just got so much technology in front of them and at their fingertips and stuck to screens, and it's like they not using their brain. But it's like we had to figure out like what to do, or we had game night, or we did fun activities together. So it was just that discipline. I feel like in my life now that really helps because I don't allow my kids to watch TV except on the weekends, and even for myself, like unless I'm doing like a sermon throughout the week. But just making sure I'm disciplined just with my life.
Aw, thank y'all. Aw, we're the teachers.
Okay, the next one, it says, what is a sacrifice she made that we now fully appreciate as adults?
Woo, that's good. That's a good question.
I'll go first. I'll say just making sure we had food on the table, or making sure we had stuff we needed, essentials that we needed. I feel like that was a big sacrifice because she single parent, working.
In multiple jobs.
Yeah, so I feel like that was big. We didn't have nothing else. We had everything we needed. So
for sure.
that was big sacrifice.
Yeah. One of the sacrifices that I could think of growing up is for me, like coming out of middle school. We lived in a certain school district, and the high school that was district for us that I was zoned for, it wasn't the greatest school. So we had the option that's when they had the No Child Left Behind program. I don't even know if that still exists, but there were two school options that we could choose from, and the school that I chose was Hillgrove, where I graduated from. And the only thing was your child could choose the school, but there was no like direct transportation to get there. So from where we lived, there was like certain pickup locations. So the Kroger that was near us was the pickup location. So you would like make sure I got there, even if it was like having to catch a ride with somebody, or you like going before work or whatever. So we did that for like a semester, but then you like moved into the district so that I could have access to go to the school that was going to be better for me. So I feel like that was such a huge sacrifice because you didn't have to do that. I could have just went to the school that we was on for, but I feel like education was so important to you and to make sure that we had the best that we needed. So I feel like that was a huge sacrifice and definitely helped me for my future and to be able to have the opportunities that I had in life.
Thank you. Those things were very important to me. Even with Micaiah, when we moved, I was still driving him back, going on my lunch break to pick him up, and things like that. As a mom, now you're a parent. You make a lot of sacrifices for your children because you want them to be better, because you want them to not have any limitations and not have any stipulations. But the world is big.
Yeah.
And it's nothing that you can't have as long as you work hard for it and you put your mind to it. So that's what I always say. And I walk by it and I live by it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So super grateful for those moments. The next one is, how did mom balance love and discipline in a way that impacted our growth? I'll go first. Okay, so balance between love and discipline. Well, first off, I don't want to toot our own horns, but I feel like we weren't like bad children. Like we knew how to push the limits. Like I feel like for sure, and even like with you, like you didn't get in trouble like really at home. Like
that's
you was cut up at school.
Just talking about
that, literally.
Wow, it's like. Y'all, the fear of your parents was a thing back in the day. Like now, these kids don't be scared, and I'm a little worried that they're not scared of us parents. But like I said, like my brother, he didn't get in trouble at home. Like it was when he went to school, and then like I did like little sneaky stuff that I really didn't even have to sneak, but just could have been peer pressure. Could have been not peer pressure, but just being around other people and doing stuff that teenagers do. So I feel like the love and discipline, my mom had a balance because she would talk to us about everything. So I feel like that's love. Like when you are open and you share like your reasoning for doing stuff. Not like she gave us a reason for everything, but it's like she explained like why we should do certain stuff and like why we shouldn't, like to she basically was trying to be proactive, but I feel like as kids, like you can only pray the best and teach your kids the best, but they still gonna make their own mistakes type of thing. So it's like she definitely was proactive and taught us, and we knew better, but didn't do better at times. So with the discipline, it's like you, her other thing, this now that the quotes and sayings that she used to say is coming up, but another thing she would say is like, you do the crime, you pay the time. So if like we did something that was not allowed in our home, then of course we would be punished for it. Or if me and my brother would get into it and be bickering and arguing or whatever, like she would make us discipline us with love by making us love each other more. So we had like this big t-shirt thing where like if we was arguing or didn't want to be around each other, like we would have to get into the t-shirt together, y'all, and we would like basically be together until like we could figure it out. And I feel like that was another just life skill, just problem solving, like, you know, learning how to communicate and stuff like that. So I feel like it balanced each other for sure. And she definitely was one of them parents that, what the Bible say, spare the rod for the child. She definitely had the belt.
No rod.
She definitely had the belt when we needed it. And then, you know, you also have snitches in the house who, you know, would tell on you when you did stuff, and then you get to
and you and the snitch get beat. Yes, we did that.
So then we both got in trouble.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was definitely a good balance. What you think?
Yeah, I agree. Just to piggyback off that, I feel like you never like kept nothing from us. Like you always like the good and the bad. Like you always let us know so we can navigate ourselves. And then when it was time to be stern and you know, be a parent and stuff, you made sure that you gave us that discipline that we needed and that understanding. Of why this is not a good thing we need to be doing it, why this is a better option. So just having that open communication of good, bad.
I feel like that was so huge.
Yeah, that was
one thing I love is that mommy was never like, what you call those parents who is like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, because that really just makes the child go want to go do it. Like if you say don't, it's like you said, that open communication. Or she also wasn't like that helicopter parent either. That was like over you every second, like what you doing, like what you trying to do, and it's like. So
no, because I mean the Bible says we have to train up our child in the way that they should go, so that when they get old, they won't depart from it. So I mean, once I taught you guys the fundamentals, the basics about, especially you know, being tidy, keeping your home clean, keeping your room clean, your physical appearance, how you conduct yourself, how you carry yourself, being respectful, respectful to yourself, respectful to me, to other people. You know, and then just always governing yourself accordingly and keeping God first. I mean, we prayed in our house. We prayed. Y'all will fall asleep because sometimes I would pray for too long, but we definitely, you know, prayed, and we went to church and just instilled those core values. And I think that's what it's about. We just, you know, in 2025, families need to just start getting back to the basics. Of just remembering the foundation of what a young person needs to try to thrive and survive in the world that we live in today.
Oh, I just thought of another saying. I ain't one of your little friends. She used to say that all the time, and I feel like, because you said 2025, I feel like in this day and age, like so many parents are trying to be their kids' friends first instead of like being a parent first. So it's like we just now became friends. Like now she say I'm her little friend.
She my little friend.
But growing up, that was one of the things she said. I ain't one of your little friends. Like I ain't to play with.
Don't try it. Don't play with it like that.
So I feel like that's really important. Like parents don't need to try to be their kids' friends first. Like that's not why God gave you a child. Like,
right.
That comes later in life for sure.
That's good. I'm loving this. Y'all enjoying this so far? Let's keep it going. Keep it going.
She's so full of herself.
No, it's just a good feeling to know that, you know, and you've been helping me with this. When you're an adult and you have adult children, sometimes it's like you raise your children and you think you know them, but once they become adults, they become sometimes different people. Not that their core values and things like that have changed, but just some things in their lives has changed. And if you don't still continue to get to know and build those relationships, then you will fall out of touch with who your adult children are. And I just think that that's important.
For sure. Yeah, I agree. Yes.
All right. Next question is, how has mom's faith journey influenced our own relationship with God?
That's good.
I can start. I feel like she just bouncing back on what she said earlier. I feel like just always making sure we God first, always put God first, whether we praying together, learning how to pray, knowing what to pray about, just word, going to church, just being a part. I just feel like that was big for us younger and growing up now, still trying to keep that up and stuff. So
Yeah, for sure. I think the best way to be impacted by someone's faith journey is in person, like living it. And that's why discipleship, like we're called to do life with each other. And I feel like, my mom had me as a teenager and doing life with her, seeing her go through so many stages and phases, and then in turn, I go through the same stage and the phases. It's like you actually have been a mother longer than you've been a woman on this earth. I don't know if you ever thought about it that way. But I think that is a pretty cool dynamic to look at it, because I've had to see you basically grow up, like from a teenager to becoming a young adult to a woman, like getting into your womanhood, and just seeing like how so many odds were stacked against you, like you never folded, like you never allowed it to keep you down, like no matter what statistics, no matter what people would say about us, like you were one who you know who you are, you know whose you are. Like you may not have had it all together or been perfect, which nobody is, but some people think they're high and mighty, but it's like you always were humbled and like not afraid to just be in the season that we were in. So like if we ain't have it, we ain't have it. You ain't trying to fake it and put it on for nobody, like, but you have faith in God, and you like, we may be here right now, but you will always say like we ain't gonna be here forever. Like that's another saying. So like if we may have had to go without certain things or necessities, but you was like, it's okay, God's gonna make a way. Like this may not be our season or something like that. So I feel like that is just so impactful, because number one, it just gave me a clear life view and perspective. Like you're not gonna always have everything you want and need, and it also just kept me humble, like because you weren't just like a yes mom or like here everything you want you need. It's like no, sometimes you gotta hold off on it, or even if you did have it, it's like the answer's no right now, and you gotta work for it or maybe later or just whatever. So I feel like that has helped me so much to just always keep my faith in God and like keep him first and seek first the kingdom of God, because I know that if I do that, like he's going to give me exactly what I need. Another saying is you everything
coming out back now.
Everything we need is in our home. Like we have all that we need. So sometimes we can get caught up in life thinking that we need all these things and always wanting the next thing, and it's like really God has already supplied all you need in your home and when you need it. So I feel like that's very, very impactful for me, just seeing your faith journey.
Well, thank y'all. Yep, I think that's definitely pivotal. That's definitely something, that's a bar I wanted to set, because I didn't have a prayer life growing up as a child. But once I started getting to know God for myself, and once I became a mom, I wanted to always cover y'all with the will and the word of God. I always used to tell you, even before you turn 18, I always used to worry about something happening to me, my kids being separated or, split up or something happening. And then it was like when you became 18, it was like, okay, God, I just need to continue to cover them. We need to continue to pray. We need to continue to stay steadfast. And I know that, God is able. And as long as God is able, and as long as he gives us the hope and the faith to continue to seek him and be in communion with him, then he's going to direct our path. And what's for us is for us.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that man or woman can do to keep us from having it. And even for us to have a strong bond, a strong relationship as mother and children. Like, even that people will envy or may not like or may have something to say. But you know what? It ain't what man say. It's what God say. Because God have the final say so. So I definitely appreciate this episode. It's like these are the things that we actually need to tell each other while we're here.
Yeah, I feel like this is also like a like your parent report card, because I feel like as parents,
that's good.
Like I feel like as parents, like you raise children and you don't really know if you did good or bad until they like adults, and you start to see like, all right, let's see which way they going. Let me see.
Oh Lord.
I hope I did the best that I could. Okay. So I feel like when your kids become adults, like, and be able to reflect back and you see the fruit of your labor, and it's like, okay, now I got my report card. Because you can say you're a good parent all day long while your kids 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13, 14, and it's like, but wait a minute, to let time keep going and let's see.
Let them get on
if
out
you're
of
really
high
a
school.
good parent.
Okay.
So I think that's really good. I was just gonna say one more thing. When it comes to faith, like prayer, I feel like that's so important because you never hid like your prayer life. So like you included us, like we prayed together as a family, but you prayed like by yourself. Like we would hear her, like it would be early in the morning, late at night, she walking around the house screaming and speaking in tongues, and as a kid you thinking like, what's going on? You thinking this lady is crazy? It's just too early to
I go in her room like, what?
Yeah.
She ended up crying, coughing up stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like just seeing that was very important too. And like she had the prayers, like certain prayers printed out and typed up, and I still have like one of them that she had when we were younger. And I think like just those kind of things are so important. Like it may seem small, or you may think like I feel like I'm giving hope and encouragement to moms right now, because like being a mom, like it can feel like, man, I don't know if I'm doing this right, or I don't know if this is working, or I don't know if this is going to pay off. And I just want to say, like, the small things matter so much, and they really will pay off. And just instilling them in your children early is going to make a world of a difference, because I feel like my prayer life, like I know how to pray because of what I saw my mom doing, because of how she included us, and her printing those things and having the prayer walls and on the refrigerator. And like I do the same thing. So it's like now as an adult, I be catching myself like, dang, I'm really like my mama.
That's my little friend, y'all.
So I just want to encourage like any mom, like just continue to be faithful in the small things and know that it's going to pay off and you will see the fruit of your labor.
Absolutely. Even down to, and we was talking about this before too, how, it's impactful when your kids are small to love on them, hug on them, tell them you love them, ask them how they're feeling, how their day is going, give them a voice, because children are people too, and they have a voice. So you should, and that's something I've been learning. But another thing that I'm still learning is boundaries, y'all. And I keep talking about these boundaries. Because y'all, I'm in Texas, and when I went to my son's house,
she's in process.
When I first got here, I was like, why you got this like this? And why you got that like that? And why you got that like that? And Shakira had to remind me, Mom, he's an adult. This is his house. If he has things like that, Ma, you can't come in here changing people's stuff. You need to know your boundaries. Know your boundaries. So I just have to, take a step back. And it's okay to be reminded, though. When we're doing things, we're correcting each other or communicating something. We have to do it in love. Not mean, not hasty, not with bad energy or evil intent, but just in love, so that it can be received from the people that you're giving it to. And so you can feel good about it as well. And I think that that's definitely important. Definitely.
Because we're all growing, and there's
Every
always
day.
room for growth, you know.
Each
And she's
every day.
definitely in her process. And you're doing good, and
Yeah.
you're receiving it well.
I'm doing pretty good. This much over
Y'all, she's listening these days. So
I'm
hearing they say it off.
Yeah, $3,000 later. Yes, Lord. Who knew?
Oh, okay. Next one. What's one of the funniest or most memorable moments we've had with our mother? Most funny or memorable. So a funny moment was me, you, Jerica and Shamira. We was all in the car and we was having a rap battle.
Oh, and who cussed? You or Jerica?
So y'all, we used to do like, again, she loved
Freestyle
karaoke, so we
Friday.
would have freestyle Fridays and we'd be rapping and stuff. So it was me and my cousin, we're a year apart, and then her and her sister, my aunt. It was us against them. And we was in the car freestyling, and I said, and you bull, and you and put y'all together and y'all bull.
Amen. Yeah.
Y'all, I don't know. I was a teenager and I was and
Fake cuss.
over here.
Don't be fake cuss.
It's another
But
saying right here.
So that is a funny memory that I will always remember.
Yeah.
Well, you know a funny memory I had of
Wait, let me go.
I go. Hold on to it though.
I think my funny memory, I just feel like just having that mom, like just that everybody be like, oh,
They
I
wanna
would
come to our house.
I wish my mom was like Miss Miranda. I wish let me come over here. Your mom, I like your mom. She's so fun. She understand us. She get us. So I feel like that's always a good compliment and just
Yeah.
memorable to have. And then just always being younger and she around your folks, or when she went to the
My 8th grade
yes,
dance.
8th grade dance. Miss Miranda, don't leave, Miss Miranda.
Y'all.
We want you to come turn up. We want you to
I
come
stayed
turn
at
up.
the 8th grade dance all night.
Y'all, our house was
Teachers didn't
definitely
want me
the
to leave.
go-to
The
house.
parents didn't want me to leave. The kids didn't want me to leave.
Yeah.
Our house was definitely the go-to house. Like we had the parties, the sleepovers, all the stuff, and then like any kind of events and stuff we had at school. Like, of course, my mom was engaged. She was involved. She was volunteering. Everybody knew her, so they thought that she was one of their little friends.
They did.
At the time, though, you probably ain't think that was cool, did you?
What?
Like with them, like always wanted to be like Miss Miranda, this Miss Miranda. Like,
No, I did though,
did
because I understand a lot of parents
Yeah.
ain't like our mom. So
Yeah.
and then mommy just gonna talk to them. She gonna understand them. So I felt like it was I looked at it as a good thing though.
You know how some people be like, man, like not my house or not my mama like today. Like,
Did you feel like that?
No, because I loved having my parties and sleepovers. Like, and plus, like, mommy wasn't really like letting us stay at folks' house like that.
Yeah.
Like, there was only 1 or 2 friends in the house that we probably stayed at, but I liked it.
Yeah, because at my house, I can supervise. I can know that you're safe. I can make sure you're okay. When I let you go to other people's house, I can't see. I don't know who they got in their house, what they doing at their house. So for me, it was always a safety and security thing. No, y'all stay home and you have your folks come over here. But I always just tell y'all friends' parents now, if I can't love them like they my own, if I can't beat them like they my own and treat them like they my own, then leave them at home. So, but I definitely loved on all the kids that was at my house. They loved me.
So it wasn't really like a specific like,
but just that in general.
just that
No,
in
for
general.
sure.
Yeah.
And even to this day, like people always still ask about mommy. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to all Miranda Slayers. Shout out to all Miranda Slayers.
Oh gosh. What was you gonna say, child? What
I had 2 funny memories about y'all. So the one with Kira is now y'all. I go to sleep kind of early, but my daughter, her and her little friends, was y'all going to that party somewhere that night when we stayed in Powder Springs? Y'all had on y'all corsets, how you say it? Corsets with their little skirts. And I said, where y'all think y'all going half naked? And I said, get in there and change clothes right now, or y'all can't go. And they just went in there and put some clothes over top of their corsets and they little skirts and came out there. And I said, Let me see what you got on under there. I said, get your little he is not going nowhere like that.
Yeah.
Boy, they tried to get over on me.
Yeah.
And then you,
Yeah.
when we stayed in Powder Springs again, y'all with that BB gun.
Oh yeah.
Man, you shot the wall in your room and you broke the glass to the storage house. You and somebody, but didn't tell on himself. I had to figure it out when I went to the storage shed and the glass broke. I'm like, these kids with this BB gun.
Yeah.
So those was one of my two of my little funniest moments or memories about y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff y'all used to do that just had me so tickled.
Nice. Yeah. I think we definitely have a lot of great memories that we could talk about all day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Well, that's good. This has been so good so far. Before we go ahead and wrap up this episode and conclude, I wanted us to just do an honoring statement to Mommy, just expressing our gratitude and appreciation and love for her. So, yeah, you can share like a specific moment or,
Yeah.
or just affirm her.
I could go first. I just want to say I appreciate you for, just being a great mom, for always, just being by my side, being bad, just always, speaking good into me, letting me know like things gonna be all right and you'll get through it and stuff. Because I still look back at some of those conversations we had and really appreciate those, and I'm like feeling down on that. So definitely do appreciate those. And just always being there the best you could and just doing the best you can. So definitely appreciate that.
Love that.
Oh, girl. Something in my eye.
Dramatic.
Ooh, child, something in my
Oh my goodness.
must be that power.
Girl.
Yo, tired.
Well, Mother, I just want to say that I love you so much. I'm grateful for our highs, our lows, our in between. I'm grateful for our journey. I'm grateful that you have always kept the faith, continue to persevere despite your circumstances. I thank you for continuing to be open to growth and to hearing things that may not make you feel the best all the time or the most comfortable, but willing to be open to listen and to adjust as needed, and just being committed to our growth in our relationship as we continue on our journey together. That's really important to me. Um, and I'm just so proud of you. I'm proud of the woman that you are. I'm proud of the woman that you're becoming. And I'm just so excited to see like what else God has in store. Again, like just being on the journey and seeing so many different phases of your life. Like I feel like I just know like God has so much more in store, and I'm excited to see you fully step into that in this next chapter of life and not allow things, people, places, environments, old habits, mindsets, beliefs hold you back and limit you from who you can truly become. So I'm excited for the inner parts of me and for you to continue to give the world more of you, be on the front line because God has called you for such a time as this. So I love you so much, and I appreciate you for being a great mother and amazing nana. So I love you.
I love you too. I love you too.
Cheers.
Is this one I can say something?
She can't even just sit still.
I can.
You didn't take it a moment. You just want to.
I was taking it. Have you ever got that progress report or report card and you got A's and you want to run home so you can show your mom?
No.
If this is my,
We can get on it, right? Yeah.
We
and
listen,
remember we
don't
listen,
judge.
don't judge. What you say, Mom?
No, that wasn't
That
me.
was your life.
Yeah.
He was hiding the report card. We couldn't even find his.
I was trying to get to the mailbox before Mommy came home. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I can't relate to what you're saying. Hey,
My cheeks burning.
we just keeping it real, man.
Keeping it a buck.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But you feel good after that good progress report, as you was trying to say?
I do. Another funny memory. I had to tell y'all this. Remember when you was at Still Elementary and you was telling them kids and wasn't no son? Telling them kids wasn't no Santa Claus.
Yeah,
The teacher called me to
gotta
come pick
come
my
get him.
child up. He came to chair and cried.
Making them cry.
Keeping it real.
Hey.
I never knew I was going to pick up my child from school just because he told the folks the truth. Oh, remember how many?
Okay, well, this is not about him. With my brother,
some memory.
Wait, what I did? What?
When you stole that ice cream in Chicago.
Life lesson. That was a good life lesson right there. She had me scared, for real.
Beyond scared straight.
Yeah, she really tried to hit me with that. I'm gonna take you to jail myself. We gonna go to jail when you get after school. We went into the jail. We sat in the parking lot, had a nice little conversation, understanding and stuff like that. So definitely one of those life lessons I always
He never stole again.
Right. Never stole again.
And thank God he's not behind bars,
Right.
not incarcerated.
Woo, Jesus.
Right.
So not anymore, not incarcerated. And you know, God is just good. I thank y'all for this opportunity. I thank y'all for this episode, for this time. You know, birthdays are important to us. And we do celebrate all month long. But to just thank y'all for taking a moment out of y'all day, y'all time. Because I mean, you would been with the kids now. You run 24/7, and you're going through your transition in life. Stay busy training and growing. So I mean, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the sincerity. I'm grateful that you guys were willing to even share with the world, to tell them what type of parent that you had. I wasn't the best parent, but I wasn't the worst, and I did the best with what I had. And I love all my children. Um, of course, at the same time, it's always been us three. But of course, Latasia, she didn't grow up in the house with us, but I love her too. And one of my dreams is just that for me, my kids, my grandkids, for us to take a trip and just continue to build, get to know each other, and just stay family oriented, rooted around with our family. Because we can't expect other people to catch it if we're not demonstrating what that looks like.
Right.
So for me, that's definitely very important. And I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful with the help of God that I raised such beautiful men and women, man and woman. And that we just growing from here. We growing from here. We growing.
That's it.
That's it.
Yes. Well, you guys, this has been another episode of Mom Let's Talk. We hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of just getting to know a little bit more about my mom, my family, and seeing us all together. If you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, okay? And make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified every time I post a new video, and follow us wherever you stream your podcast. We will be back next week for another episode on Mom Let's Talk. As always, make sure you walk by faith and slay. Let's pray each and every day, because God, He will make a way. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.